I don't think big is necessarily bad, but I think a lot of people wonder how such huge behemoths that now exist in Silicon Valley have taken shape under the nose of the antitrust enforcers. And you know, you can win that place in the marketplace without violating the antitrust laws. But I want to find out more about that dynamic.
It's the word "but" that a lot of people are concerned about. Attorney General nominee William Barr was asked a lot of questions about the Mueller investigation, his confirmation yesterday, but most folks failed to notice his striking concerns about the size of big high-tech firms. And that wasn't lost on our own Charlie Gasparino, who's been breaking news on the subject all day as he's been making rounds. Charlie, tell us what you found.
Well, you know, I've covered the Justice Department's antitrust division a lot. They've been mostly focused on telecom deals. And just to be clear, for a while now, it's the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, that provided most of the frontline regulation of the big tech companies, not Justice Department, DOJ. They were getting, Facebook, for example, bought WhatsApp, right? Or
yes, WhatsApp, yeah.
You're a millennial, you know this stuff. But anyway. Cursory review by DOJ. It's the FTC that really bore down. It was a cursory review there, too. What I heard after you made that statement, I called some of my sources, I'm not going to say who, but they're very plugged in at Facebook, at Google. They are plugged in the Justice Department, and they said, don't let this go unnoticed. This is a huge statement. It's basically signaling that for the first time, justice antitrust is going to start bearing down on the big tech companies, particularly Facebook and Google, and they're going to look at their merger activity, and basically they're saying to these guys, we don't want you to get bigger anymore. Mm-hmm. So if Google and Facebook want to go out there and buy stuff, they're going to be facing fairly significant regulatory scrutiny from DOJ antitrust. And again, it'll be the first time they've done this in a while. The FTC was generally the frontline regulator on this. Now, why are they doing this? Well, I mean, listen, the political climate is suggesting that. Trump Justice Department does not agree with everything that Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats agree on, but they all kind of hate big tech. You know, they hate it from the privacy standpoint. I think Trump and his people hate it from the size standpoint. They believe that if Google and Facebook keep buying stuff, well, guess what? They're crowding out innovation. They're basically creating monopolies because they can buy out smaller competitors. And I think that's where we are right now. And by the way, if you own the stock, which is we're on a business channel, this is a worry. You know, you're going to have to. And by the way, Google and Facebook are in all these indices, right? So if they start getting hit with regulatory scrutiny from the Dems over here, hearings, which is something we've been reporting on, they're thinking of holding hearings, and the Trump administration over here, well, that's something to watch in the stocks.
Yeah, Charlie, I think that's great reporting because it's not only the regulatory side, it's the political side. Here you are having a Republican person that wants to become the next head of Department of Justice, and he's playing incredibly well to the Democrats right now because there is no question they want to go after all the privacy issues. Right. And should these companies, which you've been talking about, should they be regulated like a media company?
Well, it's interesting that the Trump administration's DOJ antitrust, Malcolm Delaram runs it, and Trump's position on antitrust has been almost like a Democrat. Remember, they sued to prevent the AT&T Time Warner deal. They lost in federal court. They did appeal it to the federal district court. So they are against these big monopolies in tech and telecom. So I guess you could say they're basically moving from telecom now to big tech, because that's where a lot of people are concerned. I still think they're going to go after some telecom stuff. There's still a possibility they go after Comcast. They think, Trump hates NBC, as you know, hates MSNBC, and he's developed it. And Justice Department antitrust has developed a theory that, despite his hatred, we can maybe keep Comcast smaller because they're too big, they control too much real estate, they control content and distribution.
Why is there so little faith in technology disrupting these seemingly impregnable companies? Have they learned nothing about in 20 years since they saw Microsoft as taking over the world? And look where Microsoft is today. Big, but nothing like the monster it was 20 years ago.
Well, they did bring a case, playing devil's advocate. I agree with you philosophically, just so you know, but I'm going to play a little devil's advocate. What they're going to say is that Microsoft was able to be taken out by other companies because of the scrutiny from the government, because they put them on the heels. They will also say that we're in a different era right now. They will say, particularly on telecom.
Judge Jackson, back 20 years ago, said the same thing.
I know, but listen, what they're
including
saying
Robert Bork.
What they're saying is this. If there's only there's only 5 or 6 major distributors of content, and you have must-see content, you can create a monopoly. And if you don't, so that's why they don't like the AT&T Time Warner deals, the Comcast NBCU deals. Now, it's hard to take apart Comcast NBCU now, but they can make life difficult for them, which I think they will.
I think, to Steve's question, it's also a fairness thing. They are regulating the media companies, but they are not regulating these tech companies like their media companies. And that has been a big yelling match where I think both sides, the Dems, this is one thing that is bipartisan.
Well, remember, I just wonder how far the Dems go. I mean, listen, there's a lot of Democrats, staffers that go to work in Silicon Valley. I think they're a more existential threat, I think, is from
Do you think they'll
Barr.
make a distinction between antitrust and regulation, having new regs on privacy? Because you've got states like California threatening to do crazy things.
Right.
I think the tech companies may say, give us something federal, so if you go from New York to New Jersey, you're not suddenly in violation of a state law.
You get one law. Listen, that's what the securities industry has done, as you know. There's generally, I mean, yes, a lot of state attorney generals kind of, like Spitzer did in the day, try to come in and create his own little pocket.
Not go back there.
We don't need to. We don't have to talk about Elliot Spitzer right now. But yeah, I think there's some degree of that. I think what Barr is coming at, though, what I heard is that he's worried about these companies getting way too big, buying more competitors, which the competitors have no problem. They charge them top dollar. You basically then, by buying, like Facebook buying or Google buying YouTube, you do create an information monopoly through mergers and acquisitions. And that's how they've been able to get this sort of monopoly on information, and that's how they could potentially misuse it. I think that's where he's coming from.
There's no Apple, right? Because that's considered a closed system when it comes to big tech.
Great question. You know, this is going to appear on Fox.
Be a quick answer.
This is going to appear on FoxBusiness.com any moment now. But yes, I make that distinction. I don't think Apple's in the soup like the rest of them. I should point out, I think Amazon's in the soup as well, because they do use information third party, and they are growing fast.
Gaspo, you broke it, and it's great information. Thank you very much.
Well, I listened to what he said and made a call.
Yeah, it was a good call.